Hello everyone, and welcome to the 500 subscriber special video. As before, I will be doing this subscriber special without any script, which is not my favorite thing, so please bear with me. As I mentioned in my video of goals that I have for this year, I would very much like to get to the end of the research tree for Forge of Empires. And so in order to do that, I need to keep progressing up the eras. So I'm going to unlock the first research of the Oceanic future and officially make my way into that era. My town hall gets updated, some fireworks display, and I get a special offer that I'm going to decline. I finally have the Reach 15 Ages medal, and all of my stuff should now be updated to Oceanic Future. Oceanic Future, great. So, I do believe I need to update all of my buildings, which I will do so. The one thing I was going to do, and I'm not sure how many of you saw it, but I did put out a post on YouTube for possible ideas for my 500 subscriber special. The highest voted option was for me to spend 500 diamonds and donate forge points to one follower, which is great, but I then asked for people to enter to be donated to, and no one put their name down. So the second option that was second most voted for was to donate all of the goods that I currently have for my era, which in this case, if we go down to Oceanic Future, would be all of these goods here. So I currently have 971 artificial scales and over 1,000, close to 1,500 of each of the rest of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to donate all of these to my guild by going to the guild page, treasury, and selecting all of them and donating them. So I'm going to do that real quick, and then I'll show you that I no longer have any Oceanic goods at all to start this new age. Alright, that's now done. I'll go to my era goods, and I now have 0 inventory of every Oceanic future good. So, starting from scratch, as not all of you wanted, but some of you. So I hope you're happy. So now, the next thing is to check out Oceanic Future. I have a hub construction site for my Oceanic terminal, similar to the Arctic Harbor for the Arctic Future, which I'd like to do another video for this, just as an update, because when I first did the Arctic Harbor video, it was not thorough enough. There's definitely a lot more different crew members and upgrades that you can get for it. So I'd like to cover that. So first things first, I still have some of my recurring quests, which is good. Now I'm going to take some time to upgrade all of my buildings before I start collecting. Before I go much further, because I've only done a couple upgrades so far, let's see, because I think I did this last time, let's see what my boosts are currently at. So let's look at attacking units have a bonus of 764 and 538. I'll write that down real quick. And then my defensive units have 266 and 508, which I think a lot of you are going to say is a waste. And I agree, but for most of it, I have other uses for the buildings giving me those defensive boosts, other than a lot of the 1x1 squares or 2x1 squares, which those are just fillers anyway. Alright, so let me continue updating everything, and I'll see you soon. Okay, so I believe that is it. I believe I've covered all of them. Everyone's been updated to Oceanic Future. So my ranking has gone up from 510 to 509, which I'd like to be well beneath 500 at some point. Let's check out my boosts. My boosts are now updated to 773, which is up from 764, and 543, which is up from 538, 268, which is only up from 266, and 509 instead of 508. So not huge jumps, which is fine. So now next on the list is obviously to get all my Oceanic Future goods back. That is probably the most important thing if I want to keep moving forward. So my castle is going to give me some goods, I believe. Yep, 30 goods right there. And then I could start making goods in my sleigh builder. Right now I'm just doing guild crowns in order to help my guild get to a higher level. But I may start doing some goods in there. Most other special buildings give goods. So after I'm done collecting from everyone, we'll see what I'm at. Alright, so hop back off and I'll see you in a few minutes. One thing I wanted to mention when I come to the antiques dealer to see if there were any goods to buy, which there were, now all of the units that I can buy from the antiques dealer are also upgraded. So before I made before I made the switch to Oceanic, this was Arctic Future and now it's Oceanic Future, which is good to know. And the same thing happened for my daily quest. Though the champion used to be Arctic Future, now it is Oceanic. So just something good to confirm. So I'll keep collecting and we'll see how many goods I get. Alright, so collection is complete and all said and done. I think a pretty good collection. The best thing that I could get was the new Oceanic Future special goods for my space carrier, which was key. There's definitely a lot of things that I need to upgrade that with. And like I mentioned, I don't quite have the Oceanic Hub finished yet, which is one of the other places where you can get that special good. So yeah, pretty good. Still low on BioLite and Pearls, but everything else is over 100, except of course the special good. But I've got a few more things. I've got my diplomatic gifts that I need to get through, and I have my Himeji Castle Spoils of War, which both of those can give goods. And Guild Battlegrounds is open, so a great time to upgrade between ages is after Guild Battlegrounds opens up. I believe now if I go and click on an army, I'm still fighting against Arctic Future armies. So I could technically have Oceanic Future units and still only fight Arctic Future units, which is great because the newer units are usually more powerful. I will most likely still be using hover tanks from Future Era. There's a lot of higher age guild members that I've talked to. They say that hover tanks are still pretty good. So I'll probably do that. But yeah, that's about it. I think at this point I've gone through most of the updates, covered the new units. I think I will cover in more depth the new units and whatever else I find. Oceanic Future is completely new to me. I didn't even research it or look into it or anything. If any of you are already through Oceanic Future and you want to give me any tips, that'd be awesome. Leave them below in the comments section. But yeah, for now, I think that's the end of this video. Thank you very much for watching. I will say, if you've made it this far, just because I want to give something, leave a comment below and let me know the world that you're in, obviously your username in Forge of Empires, and I will donate Forge points to whatever great building you want me to. I haven't decided the amount, but depending on how many people leave comments, it might be 100, maybe it'll be 500. I don't know. If you're in the Quarch world, Korch, that's my main world. So if you are in that world, you easily 100 forge points coming to you. Not trying to bribe anyone. I know you're already watching the video, but I appreciate you watching and I want to give back. So, like I said, thanks very much for watching. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. If you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have, uh, like it, subscribe to my channel. Let me know what you liked about it. Let me know if there's something I can improve upon. Um, I try to be open to constructive criticism. And as always, keep on jamming.